What's up, my precious little pack, and welcome back to VEGA Conflict. So the Sector Strike started yesterday, didn't do any coverage on it. Meant to, but didn't. I won't really explain why, just know that I didn't cover it, but I'm going to cover it now in one of the 3 videos for today. I'll go over the prizes here in a minute, and I'll do the simple rundown that I always do. And Plantet Strike and Sector Strike, I always give a hit to because they usually aren't as bad as they could be. Gotta get some water. But everything that is done in-game, the players can and do have a certain extent of control over. Kixeye wants us to take damage so they can make money. For free players such as myself, they don't make any money. We're just here along for the ride. We just kind of play and stuff like that. And Plantet Strike and Sector Strike are good ways for us players to advance, for the free players to advance, and not all at once. We gradually do it, and since they do so many a month now, it's just extremely easy to advance through the lower tiers. When you get to the alien stuff and you get to the tier 5 stuff and tier 5.5, that's when stuff starts to become ridiculous. I mean, like, seriously ridiculous. Like, you look at Kixeye's main representatives, you wonder, what is going through their head? Why did they make this so difficult? Or why did they decrease the points payout and yada yada yada? But Sector Strike, let's get back on point. This time around, it's focused around destroyers. That's actually fairly respectable and actually a very decent one. And I would recommend getting if you do other players' bases. I haven't had the chance to use the Neutron Driver, and I actually just barely unlocked them. I'll make sure I get everything in here before the end of it. So, resources are like my main thing that I want, just because I can never have enough resources. That, and as quickly as I'm earning my resources now, I'm spending them. I'm spending them on different things. But the main ship I would go for out here, not this piece of garbage. This is just... it has armor out the butt, but it has no shield. Yeah, just go for the Demosthenes Destroyer if you can. It may not have the armor to back it up, but at least it has the shield to mitigate some of the damage you can avoid in the lower tier. And then the Neutron Driver and the Archer Beam, I would recommend trying to get both of them. I don't know how well the Neutron Driver is, though, but I do know that it acts like a Gladius Driver. It explodes on impact, because it has an AoE setup. I have no idea, I haven't looked it up yet or anything like that. But alongside everything I'm doing, I'm setting up and I'm building up my low-level fleets now. So when each of the events comes around, I'll play with a likely to be used tier. So tier 3 for the Plantet Strike and tier 4 to tier... well, mostly tier 4 for the Sector Strike. So I'll slowly build stuff up and set it up, and I'll start playing with that, and I'll see just what you all have to deal with. But so far, the Sector Strike I've been doing, the optimal and the easiest for me to hit is 53s, just by strafing backwards, letting them come to me, and then just running them down. That's it. I hit 50s and 53s, and base defense is also a good source of points for the Sector Strike. And I don't know why they don't do base defenses in every other event. Oh yeah, that's right, they run Plantet Strike and Sector and the alien stuff right alongside each other. Then set it up so that the lower levels, anyone below a certain level, if they do base defense, they get attacked by VEGA. Anyone above gets attacked by aliens. And don't be some garbagey little, you're level 40, you can fight the aliens. No. I'm level 63. My base is actually level 62, but I count as 63 because by the time I'm done refitting stuff, it'll most likely be level 63. But balance of the Sector Strike is... I can't say it's not balanced because I can do this. Wait for the base defense to kick in. And it's worth, what, 62,000? 62,000 intel? I'll have to wait and see. And I can't say what's attacking me is overpowered either, because it's just a bunch of freaking cruisers most of the time. I know it cycles through them, and there's destroyers in one, but the worst one is always the battleships that are just armored out the... you know what. And I put an arrestor beam turret on one of them, and I'm going to put one up here too. The point of that is to hold targets in place so that more of the projectile turrets can hit them. And that's only a level 1 arrestor beam because I don't have the higher levels, so I'll need to get them as time progresses on, but they shouldn't be that hard for me to get. And I'm still refitting refitting most of my modules and giving them the higher level of weapons they already have. And the next event starts in what? 3 days? Does it start in 3 days? Or does it start in 4? Does it start on the 8th? Don't take my word for it, I'd have to look it up. And what was the points payout? 62,000. So that's where the major points things comes from for Sector Strike, and they really should think of putting that in the alien events for the low level stuff, and run it with the freaking Plantet Strike for the low levels. Help them get along just a little bit quicker, because if you keep neutering everything and making it so everything's worth garbage points, at least give us something where we can at least win without taking major repair time on our fleets. And most of us, let's be honest, most of us don't do much with the bases. But back to the prizes. The Neutron Driver stats are fairly straightforward, and both of these are destroyer only, so you can only equip these on destroyers. So if you buy them, expect them to be put on tier 4 or above destroyers, because the tier 3 researchable doesn't have the weight unless you mark upgrade to be able to put them on, but then you have to pick and choose what level goes where. But I will be unlocking each of these and then play testing them and stuff like that. But until then, I'm more or less just going to be farming. But that's going to be it for now, everybody. What are all of your thoughts on the Sector Strike? I give it a hit. Between the hit and miss, it's a hit. And it's just even better with the VEGA alert level where we can trigger the base defense. But I want to hear what all you think of it. What could make it better? Better points payout, higher reward for the base defense to kind of negate the negative impact on the fleets that we send out to fight. Anything like that. Any tips you have for low levels, leave them below. Let them know how to fight a little bit better. Let them know all of this. If you have any frigate gameplay, definitely share that below for everybody, because frigates are one of my favorite ships in the game. Just because if you skillfully play them and respect them for being lightly armored and lightly shielded, but capable of mass destruction when used properly, well, when in capable hands, I just love seeing the frigates just decimate. So if we have anything like that, leave it below, please, as well. And as always, I will see you all later.